0.8% interest rate, boy, on $1 million. You hear me?
Let them know.
I'm out here doing that shit. That's a 0.8% interest rate on $1 million property. You heard?
Yeah.
Like, God, NACA did that. So anybody telling you anything bad about NACA, tell them get the fuck on. NACA did that for us.
Let them know. As long as the cash flow justified,
as long as it's justified, you legit.
Again, we're not taught financial literacy. So we're not taught the debt that school brings. We're just told go to school. But realistically, we go to school, where we get our textbooks. We're going to Amazon Student. So all the books and all the information is right there on Amazon. You can do the research and be autonomous. You can find this information yourself and apply it yourself. You can be building and establishing yourself with all the information that's out there.
So all of my credit scores went in the low 400s. And I'm like, I know I need to get my credit together. So what's the first thing we do when we want to get our credit together and we got some money? We want to pay what we owe, right? Mm-hmm. I paid off $31,000 worth of debt August of 2014, and my credit score went up 12 points. And I was like,
anything with building wealth, yo, you have to be willing to take that risk. But it's a calculated risk. The mindset got to change in order to build wealth, yo. The mindset has to change into abundance. It has to change into knowing. It's just like the streets. Like, you can't sell a product unless you know who playing the game, the temperature of the, what's going on, the rules of the game. You got to understand the economics behind that product. Same thing with stock.
You don't have the financial discipline to manage where you are today. Even if your income shot up 10 times, you would go through what we call lifestyle inflation. Your lifestyle would gradually elevate up to a level where your new income was. So suddenly you got a bigger car, a bigger house, a nicer car. You've got your kids are in private school. And I don't think that people get that. Most people think if you were to give me $1 million, I would be set. It's like, no, you'll probably be broke.
Selling that BMW, I dumped every dollar you can think of, even up to this point. I'm broke every day. Because if I make $500,000 a day, I'm dumping $490,000 of it back into my business because I don't care about a dollar because I know how to live dirt poor. My monthly expenses is $1,400. So I'm cool. So if I make $100,000, I can live for 7 more years right now without doing nothing else for the rest of my life.
Also feel like Black people get left out of capitalism because a lot of times we'll see certain things happen. Even like with the weed industry right now, with the marijuana industry, right? Like you see people are starting to capitalize off of that, but who's reaping the benefits of that? It's not our community. So I definitely feel like that is another reason why people would say that, because we don't see enough of us benefiting from that. But I do also want to say is, how are we putting ourselves into positions of ownership to take advantage of this? Because that is also another thing. Like, in order to benefit from capitalism, you have to be in a position of ownership, a position of equity, to where you can start receiving certain things. So
the tax code is invented and in favor of 2 people, the business owner and the real estate investor. Point blank, period. Not the real estate flipper, not the home owner. No, the real estate investor. And the reason being is because the government incentivizes those people who are able to do things that they're not able to do, i.e. provide housing.
Call it a loophole, but it's the tax law. It's called back to and forward 20, right? What he's able to do is take a loss, and Donald Trump took a loss of $1 billion. Took a loss of $1 billion. So what he's able to do is go back 2 years and write off his taxes and carry that forward. $1 billion, able to carry that forward for 20 years. He never has to pay taxes.
Right? Why am I creating this? Not for yourself, not because it's something you love, but why are you creating this? How can it add value to your audience? A lot of times we think because we love something, everybody else is going to love it. We're not. We're not you. You're not me. I'm not y'all. You know what I'm saying? So when you're creating a business, it has to be, how can I add value? How can this help someone else's life? Everyone is self-centered. We're lazy. We want everything in the palm of our hands. What is your business going to do to add to that?
Standpoint. And I do not have the time to be dealing with other people when I've hired people to do such tasks. You don't order from Amazon and talk to Jeff Bezos. He's not packing your bags for you. He's not.
common holdbacks for most people in business. They do too much shit at one time. And they don't want to hear no about it. Too much at one time. They don't want to hear no. So we hear about the whole 7 income streams thing. And here's the first thing. It's not 7 self-employed streams. Right? Nowhere says self-employed. It says 7 income streams. Right? So one could be stocks, one could be mobile notary, one could be podcasting, one could be teachers. You know what I'm saying? So the biggest part is getting people to slow down their brains so they don't feel that they're minimizing their ambition. They're just organizing their ambition. That's the toughest thing, I think, is by far. The second is probably people underprice.
You should not have a business that is revenue based and asset based, and you are working with someone that don't know how to dissect a financial statement to tell you exactly what is going on. They don't know journal entries. They literally know how to punch numbers in the software, right? So you hiring someone that doesn't understand financial statements is just as valid as you going on TurboTax punching the numbers in yourself, you know? So that's why I always tell clients, like, you need a CPA, you need someone on your team. And if you're going to be wealthy, then you have to move like the wealthy, right? They have a team of people that they work with, CPAs and lawyers being at the top of that list.
We call it a big three.
Yes.
Business credit is really building a business credit profile that is separate from your personal. So a lot of people make that mistake and mix the two, even with just a bank account. So a lot of people run their business through their personal bank account, and then when tax time comes, it's really difficult for them to separate the two. So this allows you to have a completely different profile while you're not ruining your personal credit score.
You know the rules of the game. Yeah. You know the rules of the game. I don't care what color. Can you make me 100 million? Let's talk money. Can you make me that? If you can't make me that, I don't want to talk to you. You shouldn't even be at this table.
Hey, I got money on my mind. I'm just trying to get some dough. I ain't picking up my line unless it's money on the phone. Gotta get it on the daily. All I want is dubs. You know what I'm on. I've been chasing after paper. All I know is run money marathon.
Do 5 years of this and be a millionaire and go on do what I want to do, have kids, go live my chip and joy in the gangs life out here in Texas, or struggle for the next few years. The choice is yours.
What's up, guys? Welcome to the Black Wealth Renaissance Podcast.